I will be giving you a quick 5 minute walkthrough of a ProfitWallet application. ProfitWallet is a multifunctional e-wallet to help you reach your saving goals. I was responsible for the UX research, UX and UI design, and my target audience were the people who are currently using e-wallets or thinking about using e-wallets. So this is the UX design process that I followed from discovery till test. In the first phase, I focused on finding the problem. So I followed the double diamond method where I thought about potential problems and I narrowed it down to get into the problem, and then I thought about hypothetical solutions and narrowed it down based on the approval from the testing to get to the final solution. So I did some competitive analysis, some strategic analysis to get an idea about the competitors, about the market, how do they shape the user experience. And then after that, based on my findings, I did the survey and interviews, and I got some insight about the money management, how people think about money, how do they want to manage their money. And I could find some interesting issues in my interviews. So as you can see, based on my findings, I defined the problem statement, which was a lack of concentration and high cognitive load can make someone do mistakes during the transaction by sending the wrong amount of money or to a wrong person. And the second thing that I found was that people lose motivation when they want to stick to the saving plans. I, based on that, I came up with hypothetical solutions, which was the step-by-step process for transaction and also a saving tool to help people stick to their saving plans. Then I talked about the challenges, what did I learn, and then I entered the phase 2, which was define. So in this phase, I focused on the user. So I created the user personas and I reflected the needs, the goals, the frustrations, and what do they want from the e-wallets into the personas. And then I come up with the user journeys where I ideated about the steps a user should take, about the emotions, about the opportunities, how to create these steps and how to get from point A to point B, which is the start of the task till the confirmation of the doing the task. In phase 3 or ideation, I created the user flows and I thought about the specific steps a user need to take from point A till point B, and then I created these sitemaps. So I thought about the functionality of the app, about the navigation, how to classify the information together in a way that is understandable and easy to follow for user. I use the card sorting to approve my assumptions about this classification, and I revised the sitemap. Then I went to the phase 4, which is prototyping. So I started sketching and I made wireframes, the low fidelity wireframes, and then I created the mid and high fidelity wireframes based on my sketches. And then I created the MVP ready for testing. So you can see here the solution for 2 of my personas, how I ideated about a solution to help solve their problems. And then in the last phase, I did the usability testing. So I created a test plan and a test script. And then I did the usability testing. I collected the data, everything from the observation, their thoughts, their feelings, the positive codes and the negative codes and the error they made. And then using the rainbow sheets, I rated these issues. And I could find some issues that I corrected in my iterations, in my new designs. You can see here the changes. And then it was the part for the UI design when I started the visual design principles, applying visual design principles into my high fidelity and doing the visual design. As you can see here is the principles that I applied into my design. Here you can see the style guide and the pattern library, typography, the elements that I used, everything here. And then these are the imagery that I used for the prototype. So here you can see the interface, and here you can see the grid that I used. And then at the end, I brought some mockups to show you the onboarding process, the sign-up process, and also the light mode and the large text for accessibility of the dashboard. You can see here, and the money box. This is the idea for the my second persona, as a saving tool to keep them motivated. And this is a transfer, so transfer flow, which is a step-by-step process to make sure that the user is on the right path and doesn't do any mistakes. Here I talked about what's next, and then at the end you can check also the prototype from the link. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice day.